We integrated with the Netcore product experience platform long back. And since then, it's been very instrumental in our growth journey. So we have the numbers show here. We have like over around 315 nudge journeys, 205 user segments, and 850 A/B tests that we have used on MPL. Using the Netcore product experience platform. And I would say that it saved us a lot of developer bandwidth. Doing all of this in-house would have been much more expensive. But more importantly, it gave us agility, it gave us speed, and the speed to try out new things, test out new things, and take quick actions. And that is very instrumental in any consumer-facing tech product, as most of you would agree with me. So that's a summary of how we have used Netcore. I'll take a few examples and maybe show you guys how did we use the Netcore platform. So the first example that I want to talk about is optimization of the screen layout. And home screen is kind of the holy grail of the app. It's the most important screen, prime real estate. Every user, every active user comes, looks at it. So any changes there can have huge impact on your revenue, on your active users, retention, and so on and so forth. And that is exactly where we used the Netcore product experience platform to run some experiments. And as you can see on the layout 1 and 2, there's a lot of stuff on the home screen, and we always want to test out what ordering of things will work out best for the customer, based on the various objectives that we may have internally, whether that is retention or monetization or something else, right? And what Netcore basically allowed us to do is to run these experiments, basically set up these experiments in minutes, decide at what scale we want to run these experiments, and get results quickly in a few days. And if we see positive results, just double down on those ideas and scale. So on the screen on the right, as you can see, the ordering of things are different between layout and layout 2. And that's something that helped us definitely in terms of user retention and monetization too. So yeah, that's one of the examples how we have used the Netcore platform. I'll move on to the next example. So the next example that I want to talk about is driving new game discovery and adoption, right? As I said, we are a platform of 50 plus games, and every new thing we introduce, we have to be very careful. It might be too distracting for the new customer, for a user. It might not, that game might not be that engaging, and the user might churn out. So we have to be very calculated, in terms of introducing new things to our customers, and that is where the Netcore platform helped us. Is that we created to user segments, and to our new games, we simply show, as you can see on the screen on the right, how we direct user to our new games, and we keep this segment small to start with. And if we see positive engagement, because engagement can be driven by like a multitude of factors, including the rewards, the gameplay experience, the graphics, our matchmaking ability, concurrency, all those things. And until we know everything is working at its best, we would not want to scale it up. So we used again Netcore's platform to create 2 user segments, introduce our new games, and we have almost used this as a process to introduce any new games on our platform. And only when we see positive results, we take a decision to scale it. So this is about this example is about new game discovery, adoption, and introduction of new games. I'll move on to my third and last example, which is very similar to the first one, but slightly different in the sense that right now our product is in India and the US, and we definitely want to grow it to more geographies. But at times we have to like turn on a feature for a certain geo and offer some other geos. And that's again because every geo may have different objectives in terms of uh, like the scale they are at, and therefore how they want to grow. Do they want to focus on monetization? Do they want to focus on acquisition of new users and things as such? And therefore the feature we launch for every geo might be slightly different. And this is where again the Netcore platform helped us. It's not very clear in the diagram on the right, but the core feature that we launched was stories, and that's what we did. That we launched that in one of the geos, but in other geos we didn't have the requirement to launch it. Um, and again, this is something that we that allowed us to test that feature in just one geo and keep it alive. Um, so yeah, that was the last example that I want to share with you all. Just to summarize, uh, Netcore PX has been very helpful and instrumental in our growth, and more than several saving developer effort. It's the speed that we get using Netcore that has kind of helped us with feature rollout, rollback, A/B testing, highlighting new feature to our users, and all those things.